What's up guys, MegaDPAL here, and I'm bringing another Pokemon X and Pokemon Y Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. So today I'm against an opponent called Acewiild, who I actually met on Shofu stream, and he's actually a subscriber of mine, so this is actually a pretty nice battle. And looking at team preview, I'm running some new Pokemon that I recently acquired, that being the Infernape, Thundurus and Manaphy. My opponent's running some nice Pokemon as well. He's got the Heatran, the Latias, the Infernape and Tangrowth. And also he does have a Gyarados, which I'm assuming is going to be his Mega Evolution. So looking at team preview, I do know his team is very weak to my Manaphy, so I know if I can manage to set up a Tail Glow, potentially on his Heatran, that I can do a whole lot of stuff to his team. So that's the plan going into it. I'm actually going to lead out my Garchomp, expecting to lead out with his Infernape, just because it's the only thing I do have that can actually take a close combat from this thing. So I want to force this thing out as opposed to being forced out myself and losing the momentum turn 1. So I'm just going to play the safe move, go straight for the Earthquake. He actually brings in his Gyarados. I was actually a bit surprised by this because he does have Tangrowth on his team. I could have easily predicted this Gyarados switching and gone for the Stone Edge, which would have been a solid 2-hit KO despite the Intimidate. So it was a risky play by him, but it's fine by me as I can just go and switch it out into my Ferrothorn the following turn. Knowing there's not too much this thing can do to me if it potentially sets up. I do have the T-Wave, and I obviously have the Iron Bars recoil racking up. So what he's actually going to do is Mega Evolve, revealing that he's Mega, but actually goes to the Earthquake, surprisingly. I'm not too sure if he was predicting the Ferro. If he were, I would definitely double switch on out into the Infernape, but either way, yeah, he's just going to play it safe, go for that Earthquake. Now I'm just going to go for the Leech Seed now, predicting the switch on out into his Heatran, just because it is the main thing as to warn my Ferrothorn. He doesn't need to potentially set up and risk being crippled by my Ferrothorn. He does have his Heatran, which is probably his best switch, so that's what he's going to make. And I do get a Leech Seed off, which is nice, because I do get a little bit more recovery coming my way. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to switch out into my Tyranitar. He's actually going to pull a double, go into his Tangrowth. I'm not exactly sure if he was predicting my Tyranitar. Either way, this is fine by me. I just want to switch into my T-Tar, take the Lava Plume, and get on my Rocks the following turn. Just because I do notice he doesn't have a Rapid Spinner, and I could potentially set up Spikes for my Ferrothorn if needs be, but I definitely wanted to get my Rocks up, as they're of course going to obviously help me. But he actually pulls a double into his Tangrowth. This is fine by me because I do know I can outspeed, and even if he is running the Sleep Powder, I can potentially burn Sleep turns against his Heatran and or Latias later on in the battle, so I'm fine by using my Tyranitar's Sleep Powder. But he's actually going to go for a Leech Seed. I'm not too sure if he predicted the switch on out of there, but either I do have a Ferrothorn in the back, which could easily eat up any move this Tangrowth wants to go for. So that's actually the move I'm going to make the following turn, knowing that there's nothing this Tangrowth can potentially do to my Ferrothorn. I know I can just send that thing in, potentially set up Spikes or try and catch something on the switch with the T-Wave. So that's the plan going on from there. So like I did mention, going to make that switch on out now into Ferrothorn. But I'm pretty sure he's going to go for a Toxic, which I was a little surprised by. I thought he might go for a Sleep Powder. Maybe he's not running that, but either way it doesn't affect me anyway. So yeah, like I said, I was debating whether to set up Spikes. I thought he potentially could go for a risky play and make the switch on into his Infernape, predicting that, and I have nothing that wants to safely come in and take a hit from that Infernape, which is a little unfortunate. So I tried to catch that thing in with the T-Wave, but he's just going to go out into his Heatran, which is also nice. I do manage to catch this thing on the switch with the T-Wave, which is obviously beneficial for me. So that's pretty nice, and like I did mention at team preview, if I can potentially set up on this Heatran with my Manaphy, then I can do a whole lot of work to his team. So that's the plan going in from it. I have managed to force in his Heatran, and I know that I can easily switch on out into my Manaphy to take any hit, Lava Plume, or whatever he might be running, Fire Blast. So that's the switch I'm going to make, going out into my Manaphy now. Just because, like I've mentioned, he's a huge threat, but he actually reveals he's running the Magma Storm, and this animation looks sick. Look at this, looks so nice. But I am obviously going to be able to eat that up. Really nice, but unfortunately I will be taking a bit of damage being trapped in the Magma Storm, but that's fine. I know that this Heatran's not going to want to stay in. I do have my lefties recover, which is always nice. So yeah, I'm just going to take a little bit more damage after he gets his lefties. And I know his most obvious switch is most likely going to be his Tangrowth to potentially take a Surf and or Hydro Pump, depending on what I'm running. I am in fact running the Surf, so I know I can use this. This is an optimal opportunity to finally set up a Tail Glow with my Manaphy and raise my stats. So in comes that Tangrowth, like I did mention, trying to warn me with the Surf, but I do actually run the Ice Beam on this thing, so I know I can easily just settle this Tail Glow, like I mentioned, raising my special attack drastically, +3 special attack now. Nothing wants to take it, nothing can come in and take it from my Manaphy. I am bulky, My special attack is sky high and I am fast. This thing is a huge threat to his team. So I can easily just go for that ice beam now. I'm just playing it safe, I don't need to over predict or anything at this point. And I'm going to easily wipe out that tank growth, which potentially could be a threat for me. So down that thing goes, so that's really nice. And I'm pretty sure he's going to make a little bit of a bad play this following turn. He's actually going to send in his Gyarados. Potentially what I should have done was actually send in his Infernape, go for that close combat. I'm confident I can live anyhow, that's why I did set up. And then potentially go out into his Garchomp or something, maybe preserve his Gyarados. But the only reason why I could think he sent in his Gyarados if he wasn't expecting the energy roll, which Manaphy's do run, so I'm able to decimate his Mega Gyarados nice and early with my Manaphy. So it's a little bit of a bad play by him, but at the same time I guess he's maybe not faced Manaphy too many times. But either way, down that Gyarados goes. It wasn't a huge threat to me just because I do have the Thundurus and my Thundurus with a T-Wave and my Ferrothorn with a T-Wave, and I can just easily revenge kill up my Scarf Infernape. But in comes Infernape now, probably what I should have done a turn earlier. Go for that close combat. Like I said, I'm confident I can live. Manaphy's pretty bulky and I do live. Only just, but good enough for me, and I can obviously retaliate back with my fourth move slot, which I've yet to use, and that being the Surf. So I can easily take this Infernape out, which is going to be, was going to be a huge threat to my team. So Manaphy definitely putting in that work, destroying half of his team, just like that. So this is real nice, we're in a good position. Now he's actually going to bring out his Garchomp. I make a little bit of a bad play. What I'm actually going to do is leave my Manaphy in as opposed to switching that out into my Ferrothorn. The reason being is I am not sure whether this Garchomp is potentially choice, potentially Scarf, Banded. So even if it was choice, and even if he is choice, and I can lock him into, quote unquote, lock him into the Earthquake, and that way I can go out into my Thundurus now. And obviously being immune to that Earthquake, I can easily just go for the HPIs. But it turns out it must be choice, that's why switching out into his Heatran. I was just playing it safe, I did go for that HPI, just because I thought after Stealth Rock damage and the Hidden Power Ice damage that his Heatran would go down to a Focus Blast. So that was my plan at the time, so I do just go for that Hidden Power Ice. Does absolutely nothing to the Heatran, eating it up, and it's going to recover probably more than what it's just taken from the lefties. Like I said, I do have the Focus Blast, so I was confident this could actually take it out, barring I hit, which I do hit, which is nice. Go for that Focus Blast, but his Heatran actually survives, only just as well, and he's going to be able to get off a Magma Storm. And this Magma Storm looks so sick, like I did mention, and it does a whole lot to my Thundurus. But I do manage to live it, which is great. And even after the recoil from the Magma Storm being trapped in, I'm going to be at pretty decent range, so I can fire off another move the following turn. So what's going through my head in a minute is looking after the leftover recovery on his Heatran, I'm pretty confident the Volt Switch from my Thundurus can kill this range, and if he does decide to switch on out into his Latias, then I can obviously get the momentum and go out to my Tyranitar and trap it. So it was a win-win situation for me. It does make the switch into his Latias, predicting me to maybe go for that the Focus Blast again, preserve his Heatran for later. So this is nice, I do get the keep the momentum, get the switch initiative, and like I said, go into my Tyranitar, which sole purpose at this point on is just a trap, it's Latias. So I've managed to get in, I do have the Pursuit. So even if he does try and switch, that thing's dead. And even if he does run the Surf, I am special defensive Tyranitar. The Sand is up. 2 Pursuits are going to knock it out, and he cannot OHKO me. I think the Surf's like 3 hit KO on my Tyranitar. So again, I have no reason not to go for the Pursuit right now. But he's actually just going to reveal the Dragon Pulse. So I guess he's more of a bulky set with just the mono attack, that being the Dragon Pulse. So I do go for that Pursuit. Like I said, solid 2 hit KO on the Latias, which is very nice for me. And so after all the leftovers again, he's just going to be forced to sack his Latias to my Tyranitar, which is nice. So its sole purpose, get all them rocks, take out its Latias, so its job is done, which is really nice for me. Just going to clinch this Latias kill with the second Pursuit. So down that thing goes. I believe he's down to his last 2 now, is Heatran and his Garchomp. So I believe I do have 5 Pokemon left. So I could potentially preserve the 5-0, but at the same time I just wanted to clinch the win, the victory. So what I'm actually going to do is leave my Tyranitar in as Death Fodder, sack this thing off to an Earthquake, but he's actually going to make a slight over prediction. He is down, so I don't blame him for over predicting this point. He potentially predicted my Thundurus switch, but like I said, my Tyranitar is doing its job. I can just sack it off, go into my Thundurus, and go for HPIs, and then see what Garchomp wants to lock itself into and go from there. But that's not going to be the case, as he slightly over predict, which is fine, because I can potentially use my Tyranitar as Death Fodder later, because I'm not too bothered about the scoreline. I just want to clinch the win at this point. So I'm just going to make the switch on now into my Ferrothorn, just because I know this thing is locked into the outrage, of course, and I can rack up more Iron Barbs damage along with the Rock Helmet. Except, fun fact, you guys will see, I forgot to actually give my Ferrothorn an item this game. It's not actually holding the Rocky Helmet, so it's only going to take Iron Barbs recoil, but yeah, it doesn't matter too much in the long run. So that's nice for me. So what I'm going to do is just, I don't know, try and stall out this Garchomp. So I'm going to go for the Leech Seed, but he's actually going to make the switch on into his Heatran. This worked out perfectly for me because after the rocks, I'm pretty sure the Leech Seed damage is going to be enough to take out this Heatran. So that's great for me, and then he'll obviously be down to his last, his Garchomp. So in comes the Seeds now. It's going to be able to sap the last bit of energy out of this Heatran. Leftovers aren't going to recover him enough to where it can live the following Leech Seed recoil damage, so that's nice. So Ferrothorn taking out a Heatran, that's what we like to see. So down goes that thing, that shiny Heatran with the sexy looking Magma Storm. Bringing him down to his last, like I did mention, his Garchomp. And once again, I could potentially preserve the 5-0, but I'm just going to clinch the checkmate position at this point. Going to go and sack my my Tyranitar to the Earthquake, Outrage, whatever he wants to lock himself into, and then just get the free switch into my Infernape. Then obviously I am Scarf, I will be able to outspeed and take him out. So that's the plan from here on. And so in comes my T-Tar, just going to sack it. It does actually lock himself into the Earthquake. I say lock, it potentially could not be Scarf, could be bluffing this whole time. But either way, we're never going to find out because I am running the Scarf 8, like I did just mention. So I can go into that and just clinch the victory. Go into my Infernape, the only time it's been out this battle. Let's get the final kill, go for that close combat, and take out his Garchomp. So that will be the game. 4-0 in my favour. I could potentially have got the 5, could potentially have got the 6-0 if I had not sacked my Manaphy. But either way, the scoreline was relevant. I thought the battle was a lot better than the scoreline suggests. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. GG again, Acewiild. Hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment down below, and of course subscribe for more. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.